Okay. So Captain Marvel, I got to 100. I had kind of a change of opinion on her. I originally didn't like her very much at all, and I changed my opinion to thinking she's probably quite good.
She seems amazing. I mean, I've gotten like her whatever her one shot ability is destroys me in an arena when I get going when I try.
That was a good move. Unfortunately, they did nerf her single target damage, and she
Oh,
didn't need a
okay, I
nerf.
didn't catch that.
So, yeah, in the last patch. So it was a very unnecessary nerf. That being said, they buffed her ultimate, so there
Okay,
was some balance to it, and moving power to her ultimate does make sense. They allow her to not get guard broke during her ultimate, which is a good thing. Makes sense. So now you can get that guaranteed AoE, and she is, I think, at the absolute end game, probably about spamming ultimates as compared to most other things.
and so yeah, that's the focus then for ultimate skill recovery for sure on that one. A
I
big
would think
focus for
so.
stats. What
Yeah,
else?
and
You
cooldown recovery.
cooldown? Okay. These are the things I'm trying to think of just for I know I want to start playing the other characters a little bit more now to get my squad rank up. So it's like where do I start? That's overwhelming. Where do I start? So I'm hoping we can help people that are just starting answer those questions too. Now Star-Lord, he's he's not it doesn't seem to be a favorite.
It's a character that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically acknowledge he's trash without acknowledging he's trash, and then update him. It doesn't make any sense. Like they did the patch where they acknowledged him, but then they just didn't fix his problems. Like his debuffs don't land long enough.
Gotcha. So is he one that will probably need accuracy as well, but those debuffs suck at the moment?
He's gonna need debuff accuracy,
Debuff
and he's gonna
accuracy,
need
yeah.
cooldown. He's a cooldown and debuff accuracy guy for
I
sure.
haven't
And
looked
with
at his
those,
skills yet. He's one I haven't even looked at to be honest.
his skills are great because he
Are
can
they?
do like almost any form of debuff, and
Okay.
his skills are actually like really fun, and the character is surprisingly fun to play, and has a lot of like farming potential. Like he can
Okay.
actually clear through minions pretty quickly, and his ult's pretty cool too. Like he has a lot going for him. The problem is just like none of the numbers work.
Gotcha.
Like he's gonna go from being trash to like pretty cool
Okay.
once they actually
If they fix him.
addressed it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I was curious about what you'd say for him because a lot of people just write him off immediately, and it's true. Like until they fix him, don't bother yet.
And he's the bottom of the list, but like I've been
But
saying in all
anyone
this
could be
stuff, like
interesting. You could have fun with anybody.
yeah, like it doesn't matter because unless you're trying to become the best player in the world, like you probably don't want
Yeah,
to play the worst character in the game to try to become the best player. But if you're not trying to become the best player, why does it matter?
that's
Like,
very true.
just pick whatever character you like. The character still works. You can still do all the content. You're just not going to place high in ranks.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not a. I never used to be a PvP person. At least in other games I played, I never really cared. But I feel like this game might make me a little bit more competitive. I feel like I want to try to push my Black Widow once I get rolling more with her. But
Yeah, I got my PvP competitiveness out in the first month. I did all that, and it was fun and stuff. And I kind of saw what it was going to be, and everyone was super competitive on the launch month, and we all kind of had fun fighting each other and stuff. And then it's like, okay, I can see the forest for the trees now. I kind of see how the grind's going to be, and start calming down. And I'm going to go casual now,
that's
which is
fair.
pretty
I
much
like
how I
that.
end up with all these type of games. I
That's how I
try really
normally
hard,
am.
and then I go casual.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I say that, but I know that I'm not going to well out enough to be truly competitive PvP, so it is what it is. I'm going to try a little bit.
Welling's worse in this game now anyway. I mean, to be honest, I might have continued trying to be competitive in Welling and chased it a little bit more. But they not only did they nerf the drop rates, they nerfed the resources, and
That's
then
very true.
the actual packs you can buy in the store got nerfed heavily. Like from a spending point of view, it's significantly worse value, like over 20% of a cut in value, which I've spent $3,000 plus on this game. They're effectively telling me that $3,000 I spent, I should have spent about 3,600 to get the value I got. And I don't believe that's remotely true. I think I spent too
Yeah.
much for the value I got, and I think most people who spent large amount of money would probably agree with that. So the fact that they came out with basically what is saying we think you guys need to pay us more is a joke. On top of the fact that they nerfed the rates, that when you do pay them to actually get stuff, now it's lower chance to even get it anyway. So it's even worse than 20%. I think it's as much as a 30 to 40% cut in actual production of resources gained. I mean, personally.
I'm actually glad you said all that. Maybe I'll just stick to how I normally play and not care too much about PvP and just enjoy the actual game and the gameplay.
I get as much resources as you possibly can out
Yeah.
of free to play. Milk the game as long as you can as a fun, casual, PvE and PvP when you can type game. Enjoy it with your friends. If they start launching new characters regularly, like every
That's true.
month or something, every other
That could
month,
be fun.
maybe there's actually like something to be said there, and you can start going a little bit more ham, because then you can, what you're doing is your value is coming from like maxing out all the characters and stuff, as opposed to just like paying for the umpteenth 1% over the next person, which is just a huge money sink, which is basically all the top 10 people. What we were doing is just paying to be, instead of number 10, to be number 9, and then from number 9 down to number 8. But it's like, why would it even matter? Because
It's
you look at the
yeah.
resources you get, and you get like $20 worth of resources at the end of the week. It's like, I'm not going to spend $5,000 to get $100 reward over the next guy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, and plus I'm paying to like get through content that will end the game sooner. So it's like I'm much more excited to play the game and play the game longer, because there is an end to this game at the moment. The end game is only welling out versus other people.
That makes sense. All right, last but not least, Storm, the one you started with,
Yeah.
right? And I know
Yeah.
that Joey started with her too, and he regrets it and wish he started with Black Widow.
Okay.
But I mean, he likes her, but I think he's very PvP competitive, and she's not quite there, right? When you get one shot by other people.
Here's the thing: Storm is going to be insane on launch. Storm's always going to be insane right in the beginning. It's part of the reason I picked her. Like when you start with somebody that has mass AOE's, and then
Makes
you
the
accelerate beyond other players, you're going to accelerate quicker in every form of the game. Like PvE, I can farm quicker because she's mostly AOE's. PvP, like when I was, you can see the videos on my second channel. Like as much when I was PvPing, I'd AOE and kill like 8 people. Like it's just a joke. So in the beginning, people are going to feel like Storm's completely oppressive, but like as people hit the million+ power mark, like Storm and all these other characters, like I'm a part of the reason people thought Storm was such a problem, because I blew all the way to the top and then just was shitting on everyone unfairly, and everyone's like, Storm's busted. It's like, it has nothing to do with Storm, it has everything to do with the wallet. You know what I mean? So it's Storm is great with the AoEs, the PvE and all that. Is a great first character because she gets through the PvE content like fine. Like she has no problems there, because she even has invincibility built into her stuff. So you have essentially almost like a fourth dodge, because you can just invincibility block. You know, there's not dashes, so if you're bad at like moving your character around, you're gonna get shit on. But she teaches you a lot of the good things about the game, like energy management. Okay, teaches you about actually positioning your character so you're not constantly hit by stuff. I don't have dashes, jumps, anything, no gap closers of any sort. It also teaches you to know and use AoE as opposed to single target bursts, because she has 2 single target burst moves, and then everything else is like positioned AoEs. So she does a lot, in my opinion, to actually force you to focus on things that matter in the game and help you in the beginning. Plus, she gets through PvE content on full auto at a certain point too. Like I think it was about 600, maybe 700k power. I was able to full auto Maestro. Like it wasn't that
Wow.
far into it. I just hit auto and there you go. So, and I didn't even have, I still don't have full PvE badge sets, and I use all PvP cards, like no PvE cards at all, and I was able to do about 500, 600k power. So I think she's quite good as a first character. I think as the game gets older and as the game gets more and more hardcore and people spend more and more, and you know it goes up to the very top, Storm's going to be falling off, because I think she's a very healthy middle of the pack character
Okay.
in the current state of the game.
And focuses for her, is she kind of the same thing? Cooldowns, ultimates, all that, or?
Storm, I know the best out of everybody, and I feel like as you become more knowledgeable about a character, you start to understand that characters are more and more viable everywhere, unless it's like kind of like Captain America, right? So it's like Storm, you can build her air, you can build her frost, you can build her lightning. All of those builds are effective. You can build her debuff accuracy. You can ignore literally all of the debuffs. You can ignore the shock RNG. You can
So
ignore
many
all of that
options. Yeah, okay.
and go pure damage, pure DPS, no RNG. You can even ignore crit entirely and just go all pure standard attack damage, and then row the air sets, which allow you to have cooldown reduction plus stamina gain from your dodge and stuff. So then what you can do is essentially have non-stop, just you're casting out all high, non-stop high level of damage single target abilities and stuff too. And then you can go the pure DPS route. Like I've actually never tried the pure PvE DPS build, and she might be disgusting. I don't know. But
Nice.
she is viable in every form because you can see the moves. Like Frost is great. You can freeze people. I don't do the Frost stuff. I think it takes too long in PvP personally. And in PvE, I'm not trying to CC people because I'm killing them too quick for it to matter anyway. So that's just the way I really see it, hardcore CC in this game. Unless you're guard breaking or like webbing someone, CC isn't really like as big of a deal. Um, from Storm at least. But yeah, she's viable. PvE, PvP. She's viable as your first character. Viable for campaign, getting through all your stories you need, everything. I think she's, in my opinion, I think she's a very good character to understand the total game with. Though, but you'll probably have more fun starting with someone like Iron Man, but because she's kind of there's some frustrating aspects of this character,
Oh,
like
I missed him.
not being able to have a dash.
I actually missed
But
Iron Man. I forgot Iron
oh
Man.
yeah, we got Iron Man. We got one more.
Oh, and Storm's outfits are the best, right? Costume
She has some
wise.
pretty.
She has some
She has
cool
some.
outfits.
She has some pretty great outfits, and if we're gonna pick a wafu, she's the wafu for me in this game.
Nice. Yeah, I actually, the outfit I have on my Black Widow is very intentional. I'm like, I want her as sexy as possible, damn it. That was literally the reason
Exactly.
I picked that outfit. I'm like, come on, where, like, everything is a damn cat suit or a freaking space suit. Like, I mean, I'm a female saying, where's the skin?
Yeah,
That's just
Storm has plenty of it if that's what you're going for.
purely aesthetic, but damn it, we care about the way our characters look, don't we? It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
not
one of the
everyone
funnest
can
part
have
about the
a
game.
skin-tight Spider-Man suit. You know,
You're right.
you can even see his abs through the Spider-Man suit.
It's true. It's pretty impressive. All right, Iron Man. I almost forgot Iron Man.
Iron Man, last but not least, and
Yeah.
he's probably the best one to close it out with, to be honest, because he's probably the character you want to start with.
Really? Okay.
I think so. I mean, if I had to force somebody, like if everyone was fairly interested in the game as a casual player and wanted to experience the game, put maybe $50 into it, just chill, have a good time, and they like all the characters equally, I just say start with Iron Man. And the
Okay.
reason I say that is because when you play Iron Man, there's a few things. One, you're gonna have a fun time. All of his moves sound cool, so if you
Mhm.
have sound on, that's great. All of his moves look cool, and he has a huge variety, meaning you can play him where he has lots of like dash in, almost lightsaber like moves. You can play him where he has more of like rockets, where he's more of a missile auto target acquisition type of guy. He has like a beam. You can do the more beam type of builds. You know, everything that you really see in the movies, he's sort of the arsenal, you know, of the characters. Like if you want somebody who's just kind of like a big all kinds of cool different military stuff. You're seeing the moves on him now, you know. I will say his ultimate sucks. He probably has the worst ultimate in the game. To
Yeah,
be
I don't
honest.
think I've noticed his ultimate before. It wasn't that interesting, was it?
It's very bad. I've complained about his ultimate every single time I've talked about Iron Man in every video because his ultimate is. I think they had to give him an ultimate that isn't absolutely ridiculous because he actually is quite good and he has a large variety of what he can do. Like he has defense down, he has single target focus, he has PvP. You can do. I've been one shot by Half Sin. You know, Tony.
Mhm.
He's one shot me like just literally one shot me from 100% with just his dash ability. And I know he's more of a well than me and stuff too, but it's still like I have a lot of power and a lot of PvP stats, and the guy one shot me, and so Iron Man has validity at the higher level too. But on top of it, um, he is just the right level of struggle, I think. Like
Okay. Like
how
having to have
say
some
it?
skill to play him, but
Yeah, you know, I
still.
mean, if you play him as your first character, by the time you get through the story, you will have struggled. Like the Sakaar region's hard for him, and by
Okay.
the time you get through, I think like Mobile Gamer, for instance, he
Mhm.
played Iron Man as his first character. He's 100% free to play, and he beat the game. So you know, like he did the campaign and everything as Iron Man. He did all free to play. And no offense to Mobile Gamer, he is a boomer, self-admitted, and his skills when watching the game are not the greatest. So it's like you can beat the game as 100% free to play casual because someone's already done it during launch with Iron Man.
Gotcha.
So it
Nice.
can be done. But Iron Man's very uh, adaptable. Like I feel like he can do everything well. You know what I mean? Like I've lost in Dimension Duel to him. I've lost in Omega War to him. In PVE, they've outdamaged me at times. Great in Omega War, great in Dark Zone. You know, I mean, really everywhere, and they have multiple builds you can build too. So if you like lasers or missiles or whatever type of build, I think the missile one is technically the best one, but I'm not 100% on that. You know, I'm not an Iron Man main. I'd probably send you over the half send for more of a
Okay.
breakdown of Iron Man.
I think so. I have actually have a couple stat questions that maybe you can answer. So
Okay,
some
maybe.
general questions after the characters here. Hit rate was another one of those that was like hard, like that was misconstrued at first, right?
Which one?
Hit rate percentage.
Yeah, hit rate, because I think people got confused with debuff accuracy on that one too. Like hit rate is essentially the direct counter to dodge
Okay,
from what we understand. Like it allows you to not miss.
gotcha. I thought I would think that at first, but I also thought it could also mean like how fast you're able to hit, like your speed of how quickly you're hitting.
Um, I don't think there's attack speed increase in the game at
Okay,
all
okay. I didn't even
for
think about that. Yeah,
anybody.
that's the only thing
So,
that sounds like it could be that. But if it's definitely
because
not,
if you
that's good
watch
to
it,
know.
like everyone basic attacks at the same pace. Like if you sit there and all of you say basic attack 3, 2, 1 and then start basic attacking, like
Mm-hmm.
no one's attacking faster than the other person. Everyone's hitting the basic like at the same time. Like the
Okay.
difference is people have different basic animations. Like Storm does like a double tap, then a harder damage single one. She goes bzz, bzz,
Mm-hmm.
bzz, 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 like that, right? And the bigger and it's got bigger one. So that's what she does, but it's in the same cadence as everybody else, you know. Unless there's a specialization I'm not aware of where it's like you do this move and you get 30% increased attack speed or something. But in my opinion, that's kind of busted. I mean, if you could get attack speed, you can animation cancel basic attacks as well as abilities. So if I mean I know as Storm, if I could get an increased attack speed, I could use my one animation cancel with my dash into an attack speed, increase basic attack, and one shot somebody while the animation's still going off of the first one. So it because of animation canceling, I can't see attack speed being something that would be very healthy.
Okay, that makes sense actually. All right, I guess we will stop there. Thank you so much, Darth, for joining me.
Yeah.
And I
Thanks
will
so much for having
make
me on.
sure that I put your links below. Unstable network, really. Pops up right at the end. Good job, Marvel. Good
Yeah,
job. Good job, computer.
uh, you gotta buy better internet here.
I know, what is
I'm in from
happening?
Alaska. My internet connection's supposed to be the bad one.
No, I have Comcast. Really, this is.
Oh yikes! Oh
It's
yeah, you are
terrible.
getting boned. That's about as bad as it gets.
Yup. All right. Well, anyway, I will have his links in the description below for both his raid main, or like I guess it's not even raid, but your main channel and your Marvel as well. Even hopefully you'll get some content going on that again if things perk up. Maybe we'll see.
Win Globe. I'm gonna pick back up on the second channel. I've
Yeah.
been doing one like every 5 days or so. I'm
Okay.
just kind of keeping it
Little
safe.
bit
I haven't
less.
been doing much on the second channel right now because I'm waiting for global launch, and I'm gonna start a free to play series on global launch, and then try to go through the process of playing the game free to play, start to finish, document it, and show the difference between like welling and not welling out, how hard it is to beat people when you're free to play, stuff like that. So that way, at least we can have a documented approach on 2 launches of the game with both pay to
Nice.
play and free to play.
And I will be
That's the
posting this
goal
video
anyway.
on global launch. So if you're watching that today. It's launched. Go download the game. It's fun. It's addicting. I'm addicted. Join us.
It is good.